Well, Sam, firstly, welcome to City. It's great to have you. How does it feel that the deal is officially over the line now and you're a City player?
Yeah, it's surreal. I feel like it's just been such a long time coming and something I've dreamed of happening for, what feels like a really long time now. So the fact that it's official and I'm here and it's all real and happening is just so excited, and I couldn't be more ready and happy about everything.
Yeah. It's your first move outside of the United States. Why did now feel like the right time to make that move?
Yeah, it obviously wasn't an easy decision to make, but I think I'm at a place in my career where I feel ready. I feel settled in as a pro, and it feels like the right time to really challenge myself in this way. Everything that I'm leaving behind in Portland was so hard to say goodbye to, and it really broke my heart to have to do that, but it ultimately felt like the best move and decision for my growth. And at the end of the day, like, that is why I play, is just to be the best soccer player I can possibly, football player I can possibly be. I'll get there. And so the timing just felt right, get to finish the season and the year with the Thorns and then get to kind of embark on this new adventure. It just felt like the pieces were falling into place and that this is where I was meant to be.
Yeah. We'll let you off with soccer and football.
Yeah, give me some time, I'll pick up the lingo.
All good.
Yep.
You are obviously one of the finest midfielders in world football in your position. I don't know if you know it talking about that or anything, but I'm happy to say it. You are one of the best in the world. So I imagine there were a lot of clubs that would have been interested in signing you. So why did City sort of stand out from the others for you?
Yeah, I think City really stood out from the get-go. I think, there are a lot of American players starting to kind of like look abroad and look to play on some different teams in Europe. I think there's a lot I loved about City. I mean, first and foremost, just like the style of play, the style of football that they play. I think when I watch the team play, like, the girls look and seem happy and they seem so close and connected. And I think as an outsider looking in, like, that's something I immediately notice is something like I always want to be a part of. And I was fortunate enough to play on Thorns teams that were the same way. And so being on a team and a part of a culture that is so strong and so healthy, I think determines so much success on the field, and that's obviously what is being seen this season with the team doing so well. But yeah, it's obviously a club with so much history, so much success, so much influence in the city. Manchester is not a place I've ever been before, but there was something about it that I just felt like led to and called to, and though it was very unknown and like a lot of pieces of information that I didn't have necessarily, like, it felt like the right kind of bold move to make and just kind of like stepping out in faith and trusting the process. And yeah, I think it's also a place that just has proven like its investment in women's soccer and being a part of this movement that's going on, and seeing the facilities, seeing the support that the team gets, seeing, I think, just all of the efforts that are putting in for the women's side is such a huge and positive sign, and something I just am honored to be a part of.
Yeah, amazing. You've obviously been focused on Thorns this season, but from what you've seen of City so far this season, what have you kind of thought of it, and also what do you feel that you're going to be able to bring to the team that maybe wasn't there before?
Yeah, I mean, again, from what I have seen, I think the team does such an amazing job of just being really possession oriented and like truly trying to play and build out and keep the ball in a way that I think is really unique. And I think their playing style is so clear. And I think ever since like Andre has come in, his style of play and his principles have been made really clear. And I think I can see myself fitting into that really nicely. I always want to, be a midfielder that is looking to get on the ball, helping the team get out of tight pressure situations, helping unlock high press moments. And I think to join a team that is so proficient in that and like loves to kind of problem solve in that way and use the impeccable technical ability of the roster to like really be able to do that, I think is something I was immediately attracted to.
Your final season at Thorns, you were made captain. How was that experience for you, and how much do you feel it's developed you as both a player and a person?
Oh yeah, I mean, it was an incredible experience. It was such an honor to be named captain, especially after, the likes of Christine Sinclair and Becky Sauerbrunn, and just like women who I've looked up to my whole life and now get to call friends. So getting to step into that role after they had just had it and retired was such an honor and something I took and will always take like so seriously, and am so humbled to be on the receiving end of, and that made the decision even harder to make, like knowing that I am leaving that behind, but it will always be a part of my story and my journey that I'm just so proud of and so honored to to have, and Portland will always be home for me and will always hold such a place in my heart, and I leave with nothing but love for them.
Over the years, there's obviously been a bit of friendly rivalry between the US and England, especially when it comes to the international scene. But how is the WSL viewed over in America?
I think it's like, you know, there's always this narrative of like, who's better? Which league is better? Which is best to play in? Having only played in the NWSL, like I had an incredible experience. I think it has put me in the position I am today. It's like no matter who you're playing on any given day, you could win 4-0, you could lose to the team in last place. Like you just never know what's going to happen, and that's so fun as a competitor to play in. I think every league is just different, though. I think being able to play here, and I'm sure you know players in the U.S. would agree with me, like it's just a totally different challenge against a totally different set of players, different you know. Different pieces of adversity you have to face here versus over there. You know, travel's a factor. You know, the type of league, like the style of play within the league is different. I think for me, I just see it as a new challenge, a different challenge. Like I get to add skills to my tool belt, and I get to kind of fine tune some aspects of my game. And like I said before, like it has always been about growth for me. And I think being able to embark on a journey in this league, and specifically with City, is the perfect way to, I think, continue to grow.
And what an exciting time to do it, sort of as you're approaching your peak years as well as a player.
Again, it just kind of clicked. I think, you know, I felt very settled in my life in Portland, which I feel so fortunate to have like had a home. I don't think it's always common that you really find a home in the place that you play, and that made leaving that much harder. But for me, like it's all about getting out of my comfort zone and just continuing to push and stretch myself as much as I can, and reach and maximize every bit of my potential. And I think that coming here is the perfect way to do that.
It's not every day you get to speak to an Olympian, much more an Olympic gold medalist as well. How was that experience for you, obviously winning gold in 2024? Yeah,
it was surreal. I will like look back at photos, and even my gold medal is not here with me. My mom wanted me to bring it. I was like, Mom, we are not bringing the gold medal across the pond. But you know, even like seeing it in my office at home, I'm like, did that really happen? I had the best time. It was my first major international tournament, and couldn't have gone any better, I guess. I mean, I just kind of went in not knowing what to expect, and just trying to have as much belief in myself and the team as I possibly could, and know that we had all the pieces to get it done. And it was obviously one of Emma's first you know, really early camps with us, and so just getting to be on that journey together was so special. And I mean, to date, it's just like the best moment of my life, period, and of my soccer career. And I will always cherish those memories and take the lessons with me.
Amazing. You mentioned Emma Hayes there, obviously, your US manager. I remember seeing a press conference she did where she was obviously tongue-in-cheek. She said no one tucks her shirt in like Sam Coffey. But the stuff before that, when she was saying you're always eager to learn, you sort of so coachable in a way. Like, how important do you think a quality it is? You've talked about it, to be open to new things and to really push yourself. Yeah,
I mean, I don't think you're ever done learning. Like, you're never done growing, and that goes, yes, in like a soccer career, but I think just in life. Like, I think if I find any point of arrival, then like I'm doing something wrong. Like, there's always something more I can grow in. There's always an area of my game I can improve. There is always a skill that I can fine tune, or a weakness I want to work on and hopefully become a strength. And so I think being able to come into a place that is new and unfamiliar, and again getting to like train and play with so many of like the best players in the world and some of the best facilities for women in the world, like I can't think of a better place to attack that goal of mine, because for me, like that's everything. You know, I think staying stagnant and choosing what's familiar is choosing comfort, and I always just want to choose what scares me and what is exciting and challenging, and this absolutely feels like that.
Are there any particular players you're really excited to play with or against? We mentioned the Olympics final, you were against Carolyn, for example.
Oh yeah, I hate playing against Carolyn. It was terrible in the NWSL. I was just always chasing her. I mean, I could give you a whole list. I'm so excited to play with everyone. I really look up to Yui. I think she's just exceptional, and specifically playing against Japan in the last She Believes, where they ended up winning the tournament. I just remember like having a terrible time playing against her. She's just so good, and just so smart. she really, for me, is one I'm super excited to learn from and grow alongside. But I mean, Viv and Lauren Hemp and Bunny, obviously, like I could literally name the whole roster. I can't wait to get started with the girls.
Yeah. Big game coming up in a few weeks against Chelsea over at the Etihad. I mean, what a way to start. How exciting is that?
It's crazy. Like, again, it's, for me, I have always dreamed of coming to play soccer in Europe, and I never knew what that would look like or in what capacity that would be or when it would happen. And I think it's easy for it to be this like elusive thing that is always just pushed further and further down the road, and it'll happen someday. But for me to like have my feet set in Manchester and to know that that game is on the calendar, and I mean, that's something I've dreamed of for so long, and I can't think of a better way to get started than that.
Amazing. And just finally, do you have a message for the City fans who I'm sure are really excited to hear that you're joining the team?
Yeah, thank you for having me. And I'm going to give it everything I got, and that I will not hold anything back. I am an all-in kind of girl. Like, you'll get my whole heart and soul, and I'll give it everything I have. And I know I'm coming in at this really unique point too, and I don't want people to think I'm just like, who's the top of the table, like, let me go there. Like, I really feel strongly about this being the right fit for me. And you know, even so far, just today, like getting to meet everyone, getting the conversations I've had with Therese and Andre over the past year, like the way that they've gone about business with me, I think tells me everything that I need to know about them and the club and like the way that things are done here. And it already feels so special. And so, yeah, I'm just honored to be here. I'm so excited to get started, and I'm going to give you everything I have.
Yeah. Well, we're so excited to have you as well.
Thank
so,
you.
Sam, once again, thank you so much for your time, and welcome to the club.
Thank you. Can't wait.